Hello and welcome back to another video on Inkscape. Today I'm going to be taking a look at how we can use text in our projects. If we go down on the left hand side, you can click on the text tool. Once you've got the text tool selected, just click anywhere on the screen and you can just start typing. You can also do multiple lines. If you press enter, you can carry on typing underneath. And you can click off elsewhere and create another text box. Another thing you can do is drag out a text box. This constrains your text that you're typing to a set area. So if you're making a design and you just want to constrain your text to in between two images, for example, you could just drag out a text box. So we're pasting a bit of example text here. What other options have we got? If we look at the top, so we click off up the top here, we've got all the options that are available with our text tool. So the first one is font. So if we select some text that we want to change, you can select text. If you've got your text tool selected, you can click onto any piece of text, highlight it, and then you can change that. So say we want to change the font, we can come over here, choose a font, and we can change our font. We can then change the style. We can change the font size. So if we put that back to right, and then we can just change it to whatever size we want. We'll make it a bit bigger, shall we? Let's make it 32. You've got the units that you're working in, and further along we've got more options that are available to us. So the first one is spacing between lines. So if we click and drag over this section of text, if we adjust the spacing between our lines, we can bring them closer together or wider apart, depending on how we want it to appear. You've got what units you're using for the spacing, and then this section is your justification. So if you want it centrally justified, you can click on this, right justified. Coming along, we've got superscript and subscript. So if we wanted, we've got the text tool. So we wanted to do x squared. We can highlight our 2 and make it superscript. We can do the same subscript. If we wanted that subscript, we could just change it to subscript. So the next section we've got is spacing. So we can either change the spacing between our letters or we can change the spacing between words. If we select hello, we can increase the spacing using the plus and minus, or we could just increase it by typing a figure in and pressing enter. We can do the same for spacing between words. So if we've got these two words selected, we can go up and we can change the spacing between the words. Actually, let's just go in there, stick 4 in. And you can see we're increasing the spacing. So other options we've got available to us are kerning. We've got horizontal kerning and vertical kerning. These are just there to help us adjust the appearance of our text. So if we go for, we'll highlight the E and we'll use the horizontal kerning. We can move it backwards and forwards using the plus and minus. If we use the vertical kerning, we can move it up and down using the vertical kerning. And the next one along is rotation of our characters. So we can rotate our characters We can also, if we select a group of characters, we can rotate it. Rotates each character individually, but we can rotate all of them at the same time. If we now go up to our selection tool, we can adjust this the same as any other object. So we can scale it, we can rotate it, we can also continue to edit our text. So if we go back into our text tool, we can click on our text and we can continue to edit our text. What else can we look at? Oh, our text dialog box. If you come up to the top, we've got T for our text. Options we got in here. We can change our font here. One nice thing about changing your fonts here, let's drag that down a bit so we can see a bit better. One nice thing about changing your font up here is you can see what you're changing it to. So let's say we've got our hello there selected. We can look at how it's going to appear down here in our text dialog box, but it doesn't actually change it until we apply it. So when we found something that we like the look of, then we can press apply and it applies it to our text on our screen. You can also set a certain font to default by clicking set default, and then when we write somewhere else it should carry on writing in the same font. You can change your font size. And apply it, and we've got styles as well up here. So that's just another way you can deal with it. Oh, another thing we've got is text. If we have our text, you can enter text in your text box up here. So we could carry on writing, I'll tell you what, speed I type. Let's put our bit of example text in there. So we can type it up here, you can do what you want with it here, and then you can apply it to fit it onto the page. So if we zoom out, we've got the text now on our page. One last thing is we can colour our text. So if we select, we get our selection tool, we've got our text selected, we can come down, click on our text on our colour swatch. We can colour it. If we hold down shift, we can give it a stroke around the edge. So if we just zoom in, you can see what we've done. I think that covers pretty much everything I want to look at in this video. In the next video we'll look at how we can put our text on a path, so we can curve our text and make it wrap around images. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.